Howdy, cowboys and cowgirls, and I only say that because check it. Today we're talking about podcasting. Podcasting is really popular right now. Very popular. I love that podcasting is super popular right now because I think it's cutting through a lot of negative content and presenting something more honest, because you can't really like fake it for an hour-long conversation. I want to talk to you guys about ways that you can start a podcast for really cheap and have it sound and look really professional. So the main things you need are a microphone, some way to record audio with that microphone. If you're doing a video podcast, you'll need a camera, obviously. Lastly, you'll need some sort of platform to push your podcast out into the world. We're gonna talk about all these things, but let's start with the microphone. I'd say the most affordable way to do this is to get a USB microphone. This is the main microphone that I use. It's the Rode NT USB. It's really good quality. It plugs straight into your computer and you can just record the audio right on your computer. I got a cheaper option for you. If you're balling on a little bit smaller budget, this is a really good USB mic as well. It's by a company called Fifine or Fifine. I can never know. I never know what it's called. But this sounds really good, and it's about $50. If you're balling on even smaller of a budget, you can try this mic. It's made by the same company. It's just a little bit lower quality, and it has a built-in USB cable of 6 feet, so you can't like be super far away from your computer. If you just want to do something really simple and cheap, this is a good option too. So how do we record this audio? My way isn't necessarily the best way or the right way, it's just how I do it. I use a software called OBS. It's a pretty powerful free software, but I just use it to capture audio, and then I use the audio file that produces in Premiere to sync up with my video file, because I do a video podcast. And you can do multiple USB mics at once, which is the main reason I got it. So you can control the levels of separate USB mics just within OBS, which is super nice. Which brings me to my next point. If you want to record multiple USB mics, you're gonna need something called a USB hub. This is the USB hub that I use. It's by a brand called Aplome. Why can't companies have easier names? Like Nikki. That's so dumb. It has one USB-C, 3 USB 3.0s, an SD card reader, and a micro SD card reader, as well as an HDMI 4K. I don't know if it's input or output. I am required to say that they sent this to me to make a video about, but I figured I would use it in this video because nobody wants to see a review of a USB hub. You plug stuff into it. What I thought was cool is that if you want to use multiple USB mics, maybe you want to have guests on your podcast and you want like 3 or 4 mics, like having a USB hub is necessary. It's actually like really good looking and really good construction, and you can use it to read your SD cards as well. If you just want to do strictly audio, I think a USB mic is a really good way to go because it's very affordable. I will say you need to be careful with USB mics. Go into the sound settings of your computer and make sure you're getting a nice hot signal, but it's not clipping out in the input, otherwise it'll sound terrible. And if it's too low, you might start to hear the mics overlapping each other. So make sure that your subject is really close to the microphone. The closer the better. It will sound nice, thick, and full. Finally, I want to talk about the platform to push your podcast out to the public. I use a platform called Anchor, and it's been very effective for me. It's been very cool. There's tons of good platforms where you can pay like a monthly fee and you submit your podcast to that, and then it kind of like shares it to all the major platforms. What's cool about Anchor is it does that for free. When you first start uploading your podcast to it, it's not gonna go to like iTunes and Spotify and Google Play. It's not gonna go to all of those right away. It was probably like 4 to 6 episodes before they started going to like Apple and Google Play and Spotify, like the major ones that people listen to. And if you're just doing it for fun, I think it's a really good way to start out. I definitely recommend this audio gear that I talked about because it's very affordable, and also using Anchor. It's a really simple process and it's really fun. It helps you get better at having long conversations and really focusing on someone, like putting your phone down and just having a great conversation. And I think it's just a character builder all around. It's like when you're digging holes with your grandfather.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
Terrible analogy, I'm sorry. I do want to say thank you to Aplome for sending me this product. It's really nice. I'm not just saying this because they sent it to me for free, but it's like, it feels like it's made out of the same material as my iMac, and it has the same like space gray color scheme, which is really nice. If you have one of the newer MacBook Pros, this has card readers in it already, so that's really handy. I'm just sitting here like an idiot. Subscribe to the channel if you like my content. If you don't, be sure to leave a like, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless you.